Hello everyone, it's Jay, and wait a second. And may the 4th be with you. So hello everyone, it's Jay, and today is May the 4th, which means it's the Star Wars Day. Basically, I want to show you just my tiny little collection of Star Wars things that I have. I don't even know if I remembered everything I have in this house, but I think the basics are here. So I'm just gonna show you my tiny little collection. First, let's start with mug of the day, which of course is my Star Wars mug with R2-D2. That's my favorite one. And from the other side, it just says Star Wars. Kind of grew up on the movies, and I always really loved them. And then, yeah, I would still watch them in my adult years. Just basically once in a while, when I was in the mood, I would rewatch Star Wars sometime. And then the new wave of movies came out. I was not that interested. It's only been recently that I've finished those movies, and now I also started some of the TV shows. So my love for Star Wars sort of came back a little more again. On this special day, I just felt like I had to show you my collection. So that's basically all this video is about, just a silly little video because I love Star Wars. So with no further ado, I'm gonna show you the rest of my collection. And since we started with mugs, I'm gonna show you another Star Wars mug. This side there is a stormtrooper, and from the other side there is Darth Vader, and it just says join the dark side. I know that I have at least one more Star Wars mug somewhere around here, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to go look for that because I don't know how long that would take me. So yeah, let's continue with what I'm wearing right now, and it is this Mandalorian t-shirt, and it says best dad in the galaxy, and I don't know, I just think it's a vibe. I love this t-shirt. It's also very comfortable. It fits me very well. I enjoy this t-shirt a lot. And for my necklace, I'm wearing just this moon charm, which is not specifically Star Wars, but it kind of fits the vibe. The next thing I have is just two little plushies, and I'm gonna show them to you right now. So the first one is on my keys. I wear this as a key charm, and it's this tiny Darth Vader plushie. It's a little silly, but I like it, and I keep it on my keys. And then the next tiny plushie I love very much, and it's this little R2-D2 plushie, and I love him. He's great. Next, I'm gonna show you what's right behind me, and that is this just a little Star Wars pillow, which is same from both sides. And since we're at the fabrics, clothes kind of stuff, I have a few pairs of socks. They're nothing that interesting, but I have these green ones with the stormtrooper faces on. I have these red ones that have Darth Vader on. And I have just these black socks, which just have the Star Wars logo on it. I don't have that much Star Wars clothes anymore. I used to have a bunch of t-shirts, but none of them fit me properly anymore. So this is a new one, this Mandalorian one, and apart from this, I only have one piece of clothing that is Star Wars. And it's this long-sleeved shirt that says Star Wars, is black, but what is cool about this thing are the sleeves. Yeah, okay, so now you can see them a little better, probably. It's very adorable, and I enjoy this piece of clothing very much. I'm also kind of doing a DIY, so I'm making some pins. They're not only Star Wars, they're also Doctor Who, there's a bit of Batman in it, and I think they're gonna be very cute when they're finished. I might add a picture of them here if I can find it. So the next category are these figures. I don't even know if that counts like a category by itself because I only have two, and here they are. They're kind of very funny, but my partner got us these because they're on like big sale ones, so he just randomly got us those figures, but they look pretty cool. I'm wondering if I'm gonna start collecting some like classic like Funkos from Star Wars. I think that would be very cool. I right now am very much enjoying the little pops. Um, so maybe if there is some cool like Funko Pop Star Wars calendar for next year, maybe I'm gonna get that one. But they did have a Star Wars Funko calendar before, but they were all in like Christmas outfits, which is kind of cool for like the season, I guess. But I prefer having them displayed all year round, so I would just prefer them to be like normal Star Wars figures in their typical outfits. Then I have these tiny little bits and bobs in here. So I have this tiny Darth Vader like helmet hat, and this was actually just a top of a chapstick I had once, and I just had to keep the Darth Vader hat because that's too cool to not keep. So I'm keeping it, and it's right now on my tiny Star Wars shelf that I have. I have these two things that are actually from the like candy called Pez. They make these cool characters as the holder for candy. So I usually take them off after I finish the candy. I have my fun, and then I usually take the figures off and keep them. So this one that I just put on my thumb is another Grogu, very adorable. And of course R2D2, and I love what he looks like. This is what I look like from the back after you take them off the candy box, but from the front he looks pretty great, and I love that he can stand by himself. Next category that is very short as well is Star Wars books, and I only have two here. I used to own 3 or 4, but we sold some, but they were not like these kind of books. They were just sort of like silly Star Wars books, and I think we sold both of them because we didn't really need them, and we have a book problem here. We have too many books in this household. So this is the 2 I kept, and I would like to collect at least the 3 of them from the original series. So this one is Return of Jedi, and this one is New Hope. But I think they look very lovely, and I would love to have at least the 3rd one. So I have like the trilogy, the OG trilogy. And then what I have the most of are some Lego Star Wars magazines. So I kind of want to tip my toes into the Lego Star Wars over time, but right now I don't really own nothing much from Lego Star Wars apart from these Lego Star Wars magazines and a couple of figures. So first I'm gonna show you all the magazines. This is the pile of Star Wars magazines. I think the oldest one I had was with the figure of Luke Skywalker, and I got it back in Slovakia in 2020 when we were on our vacation. But yeah, this is what those magazines look like, and what I love about them is that they come with either a figure or a mini build, which I don't have them here. I could have found them, but my Lego is kind of a mess right now as well, so maybe let's not just go there right now. But there is a picture of what the mini build for this one was, for example. So that's what they may look like. They're like very tiny builds, but they're very cute. And they come with the builds or with a figure. So all of my figures from Lego Star Wars that I have come from these different magazines. These magazines also come with posters. And a part I love about these magazines is that they have these silly like comics with Star Wars in there. Sometimes there are very funny puns in them. So I have this one that had a micro build. I have this one. You know, just so you get the gist, but they're very cool. I found out they're only like sold in Europe actually. So I love that we have that in here. And I love getting these because the price is so good for what you're getting, honestly. And that's the only way I could have gotten my figures. And I also wanted to show you some posters in them. This is an example of what the posters may look like. This is Darth Maul. It's pretty cool, and I love these posters. From the other side you would have Ahsoka, so I love the posters in them too. And yeah, these are the magazines. And also I will later take a picture of a DIY that I've made recently from like a Star Wars poster from these magazines, and I actually made that poster into like a clock that's now hanging in the living room. So I might add a picture once again when I find it. And now I'm gonna show you some of the like specials that I have and talk about them a little bit. So sometimes in Europe they also sell these tiny ones, and they also have one figurine. They're not they don't have as much as the classic magazines have, but they're also usually cheaper when you find them here. And just like the magazines, usually have some pictures that you can color in, and usually some of these. And yes, they're like aimed for children, but I enjoy it, so why the hell not? So this is what the inside might look like. And I only have one Star Wars one from the little ones, but they also sell like Harry Potter and Lego Friends and some other themes, but I don't see these little ones around that much as I would see the classic magazines. But yeah, these also exist and they're pretty cool. Then I'm gonna show you these two because they're quite special. So this one had R2D2 figurine, and this one had Chewie. And these are not in Czech. All of the rest is in Czech. These are in Polish. Because I actually got these two in Poland. Because they have these figures and they're a little bit different. I haven't seen those around here much. I've seen them like twice in shops, and they were so pricey here, but in Poland they were very cheap, which was cool. And they also have some little comics, and my dumbass always thinks I can understand Polish, but not really. It's like very weird with Slavic languages, because you have the feeling you kind of understand it, but then you're a bit of like confused from that. And like if it's Slovak, it's fine because Czech and Slovak are very, very similar, but Polish is a little different. And some words have different meanings in Polish than they have in Czech. So that's the problem. You think you know what that word means, but then you realize it means something else in Polish than what it means in Czech. There are some funny videos on Instagram that I've seen of people comparing Czech and Polish, and they also do like some other Slavic languages. It's pretty fun. And yeah, for example, the word szukat in Polish means very different thing than it means in Czech. So that's an interesting fact for you. If you know what that word means in either language, you know. So I have these. And then I have this one, which is something different again. And this is a coloring book. So it is stuff that some of the magazines have in already, but it's just full of these things. And as you may see, I haven't colored in anything that much yet. But what I loved about this one, apart from the coloring book part, are the stickers that came with it. So we have like bunch of stickers. They're just tiny stickers. There's like this one sheet of stickers, but there's quite a lot of stickers on here, and I love them. And I like, for example, I took this one of Grogu that I have right now on my laptop. So that's funny. It actually says here over 140 stickers. So yeah, that's pretty cool for this one. So the stickers were the main reason I got this one, but hopefully someday I'll get to the coloring part as well. Now I think it's time to show you the actual Lego that I have. So first of all, I have this Micro Starfighter, Mandalorian's Micro Starfighter. And I have a video of this on this channel, so go ahead and look into my a playlist of Lego videos if you're interested in that. But yeah, it's just this tiny build. We have Mando and we have tiny little Grogu, and this thing shoots. And yeah, you've seen that. I also show this in this video, so I'm not gonna talk about this that much anymore. But there's a video of it on my channel if you're interested. Now I'm about to show you my favorite part of my tiny Star Wars collection, which are the Lego minifigures. So they currently do have this stand that I built by myself, so it doesn't look that cool, but you know, it's still fun for what it is. One day I'm gonna make it better, or maybe I'll just buy a specific display for Lego minifigures. I have a tiny one for my Marvel figures, but it's just a little one that that previously had my Star Wars figures in it, but then I collected too many, so it doesn't fit in that anymore, and I don't have that many Marvel figures as I do have Star Wars figures, so I had to put these on this like plate thing that I kind of built, and I'm gonna show you one by one. So we have R2-D2, we have Luke Skywalker, which was actually my first figure that I had from Lego Star Wars. We have everyone's favorite guy, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi, or, you know, Ben Kenobi. Chewie. I love this figure very much. Then we have the annoying droid, which is C-3PO, but of course I have to have him in my collection. And now I'm gonna show you the last two droids that I have in here, which the first one is the classic like battle droid, nothing too interesting about him. Then we have BB-8, which is absolutely adorable. It's tiny and adorable, and yeah, he looks great. I'm gonna show you kind of the more boring figures. There are like 3 of them, and the first one is classic Stormtrooper, and we have the Snow Trooper, and last but not least we have the Scout Trooper. We have Jango Fett. I hope that's how you pronounce it in English, but yeah, love him. And we have a Mandalorian pilot figure, and one from the good guys that I haven't shown yet is this figure of Rey. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the last trilogy was not my favorite at all. I still kind of enjoy those movies, not gonna lie. Like, I kind of do enjoy them, but compared to the other 2 Star Wars trilogies, it was just not that great, let's say, okay? But I'm not judgy. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I enjoy it sometimes, just not as much as the rest of the Star Wars, but this Rey character still looks very cool. I love her hairpiece. What I have to show you for the rest are just these 2 figures that I haven't shown you yet, which are some of the bad guys. We have Darth Maul, and I love his like double-edged sword. Maybe that's not what I should call it when it's a lightsaber, but you get what I mean. The last figure that I want to show you is Darth Sidious, and I love him with his like crazy lightning things. Yeah, he's just so weak, am I right? And that's literally all I have for my Lego Star Wars minifigures. And I'll just end this collection video on the silliest thing I have, which is the lightsaber. And it was like the last one they had in Toy Store, and it was super cheap, and I see why, because it doesn't work as smoothly as it should, as you could have seen in the beginning of the video. But this is the lightsaber that I have. It's not very fancy, it's very cheap plastic as well, but it costs almost nothing, and it's still fun to have in this collection, and it should work a little more smooth, but this is all we got, so I'm gonna show you. The whole thing just works on this like fast movement that you have to do, and I'm gonna try and attempt to show you better than I did in the beginning. So let's let's give it one more try. Okay, ready? There we go. Yeah. And of course, this lightsaber is red because I'm one of the bad guys, you know. So thank you so much for watching this little silly video of mine, and may the fourth be with you. Until the next time, bye.